Alright, welcome back everybody. We just got done with our first assassination mission for the Dark Brotherhood. And now we're going to be making our way back, but since we're out here, we may as well go ahead and try and get these eye things and whatever stuff that's about here while we can. I don't really want to mess with you at the moment, so let's go ahead and just move away. How am I still in combat? Well, I guess maybe the Thunderbug. Yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of look around a little bit first and see if we can't uncover anything interesting out here. Oh, my sprint's gone. Because we kind of have a high bounty as well, so it's kind of like, eh. See if I can get into this spot over here, if I can. Okay, we got it. A lot of Minotaurs about. They're not very happy to see us at all. A lot of drug about. Okay. Knight's Grave. That's something out here. I'm surprised we haven't found anything as regard to war bosses out this way. We did find one of the forge spots over here, though. It's actually been a while since I've checked on anything that I have. Don't really have too much to research anymore. I have like a whole lot of stuff that that's light material. Yeah. Don't need that at all, so. Anything off of this? No, it doesn't look like it. Kind of wondering why I need more traits for this. That's kind of strange. Like, I don't know. I guess it's very particular what stuff I need for it. Okay, so we're, pretty far out here. Let's go take a look at this house, actually. I'm kind of curious. I think this might be one of those, like, non-house ones where just kind of like a field. Because there's not really anything out this way. Let's see, maybe this is the entrance. Oh, it's an actual set of ruins. Nice. I wonder if this is one we can buy, or if it's a premium one or not. Might be a premium one. If not, it must be hugely expensive. Oh, it's not for sale. You can't buy it. Okay. That kind of sucks. Beyond that, I think we probably looked around a bit enough. I think we could probably just head back at this point. We'll go ahead and just recall, that's fine. Really? The only bad thing is I'm gonna get swarmed by guards probably the moment I get out of here. My bounty's just too high to go down at any reasonable rate, so I'm gonna have to get caught.
We know that Quintus Gerard is dead. The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. You have done well. The Covenant is sealed, signed in blood. Welcome to the family, sister. We have been watching you for a long time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you need to meet your brothers and sisters. I will send you to a sanctuary, a safe house of sorts, a home, as well as a source of additional contracts. Not far. It's the reason I summoned you to the Gold Coast. There is much work to accomplish here, and you will be a part of that. Your new home lies to the north, hidden beneath Varen's wall. Go there, and attempt to open the Black Door. The Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother, and the sanctuary shall be open to you. Once inside, seek out Astara. She has additional instructions for you. Of course. Since the formation of the Dark Brotherhood, our shadow has stretched across the entirety of Tamriel. Not every sanctuary has flourished, however, and our grip isn't as secure as we'd like in certain parts of the world. Not that it concerns you, but Vardenfell continues to be a source of irritation. The Gold Coast, however, presents an opportunity we can all profit from. Here we can establish a foothold that will serve the Brotherhood for generations to come. I am the voice of the Night Mother. She conveys her will to the listener, who then passes it on to one of the 4 speakers of the Black Hand to carry out. The Black Hand, the instrument by which the Night Mother rules the Dark Brotherhood. It consists of 1 listener and 4 speakers, 4 fingers and a thumb. Never more, never less. The Black Hand oversees the sanctuaries, among other duties. Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp, as it were. Her family had certain documents and presumed to make allegations that might have embarrassed the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood isn't that petty. but we do have certain obligations to uphold. I gave her the greatest gift of all, solace. Just as you gave the same gift to Lord Jarrell. And there will be many more gifts to grant before your work is done.
Alright. So that lady must be the one from the note that we read here before. Makes sense. Alright, let's go ahead and get access to the sanctuary then. It's outside the city. Yeah, it's pretty outside the city, so we don't have to really worry about the guards. We can bypass the city, I think. So I'm assuming any extra quest that we get at this point is probably going to come from the sanctuary itself, so... Yeah, we still have to climb some hills, so we may as well head upwards, I guess. Ah, we just about made it looks like. Alright, let's head on in. Definitely a cave style here, huh? It's an interesting glass painting there. Let's go and try and find a star around. Aha, okay, here she is.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way. I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and I'm certain we'll get along just fine. And this is for you, shrouded armor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now. You might as well look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well. I expect great things, Initiate. We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide advice and information, even support for your more challenging contracts. Eager, are you? That's good. Then go and talk to Elam Drawls. He handles lesser contracts for the new initiates. Prove yourself to him, and more interesting assignments will follow. Welcome to the family. Explore the sanctuary, meet the others, at least the ones currently at home. I believe Green Venom Tongue, Kor, Hildegard, Mirabelle, Simbar, and Tannic are available. When you're done, Elam should have a new task for you to accomplish. The past isn't something we talk about here. For most of us, our lives didn't really begin until we were called to serve the Night Mother. And I was called at a very early age. No one joins the Brotherhood and immediately steps into a position of power. That's not how we do things. I had to prove myself, show that I was dedicated to the Night Mother and her tenets. I served for many years before I earned my title. The Sanctuary has always been my home in the Brotherhood, if that's what you're asking. I've seen the Gold Coast change over the years, but that's enough questions about me. I wouldn't want to think you were taking my measure for some reason. Where did you... Oh, they were discussing that at the Noble's estate, were they? Bastards. It's true. Someone has been killing our brothers and sisters. When the hunters become the hunted, it's like the world has gone askew. We're investigating the matter. It's not unusual for our pasts to catch up with us, and it's not like we have a shortage of enemies. We'll learn the identity of this killer, and then there will be a reckoning. True. Few have the audacity to openly oppose us, but there are many who would love to see the Brotherhood abolished. This feels different. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes open and report anything you notice as you execute your duties. A little ambition is good for the soul, but only a little. Complete the contracts assigned to you. It's as simple as that. Every life you send to Sithis pleases the Night Mother and raises your profile. Complete enough jobs, and you'll be rewarded. We'll trust you with more difficult contracts, assign you more high-profile targets. The awards are greater, and we'll ask you to help with matters of importance to the Brotherhood. But don't get ahead of yourself. Start with Elam's contracts first.
All right. I wonder. Anyways, we got a new costume here, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's let that's active. Guess we should probably take off our hat, I imagine. Or not, okay. Kind of an interesting look. The netch cap.
Ah, I heard we had a new initiate on the premises. I was just checking my notes and realized the details concerning you are sorely lacking. We'll need to rectify that before too long. She did. Interesting. I wonder what she's planning this time. Well, I'm certain everything will become clear eventually. Even you, I suppose. Aren't you familiar with the cherished Black Marsh custom? Consuming various venomous concoctions to bolster our natural immunity? I drank so much my tongue turned green. Ha! The new initiates fall for that every time. And you as well, initiate. I look forward to interviewing you at length when you have some time. For my journals, of course. I keep meticulous records. I'll help you. You'll help me. Isn't that what the Bretons call a win-win? What more could you possibly need to know? I am a shadow scale. My life begins and ends with the Dark Brotherhood. I could have sworn I explained this before. Let me check my notes. Well, like other Argonians born under the sign of the Shadow, I was taken upon hatching and trained to be an assassin. That makes me a good killer. A very good killer. What an intriguing inquiry. Attempting to ascertain if I actually like it here, or something more subtle. Well, like or dislike is meaningless. I serve the matron as I served my former sanctuary, and as I served Black Marsh when called upon. The river carries us where it will, and that's all I prefer to say about that at this time. I was there, now I am here. As are you, initiate. Perhaps, depending upon what you mean by something and me. Rest assured, whatever musings and observations I record herein are strictly confidential. Now this one I know I've written down. Study the 5 tenets. Learn them. Memorize them. Live them. There's a copy in the sanctuary, someplace. I'd let you look at this one, but I don't let anybody read my journals. That would be inadvisable. Such a curious mind. Then listen carefully, Initiate. Contracts must be taken seriously. Always obey the matron's instructions to the letter, and don't get yourself killed. Though that probably goes without saying.
Alright, well he's kind of a nerd, isn't he? My bounty's starting to finally go down to a significant level, but still pretty high.
So you're the new initiate. You're certainly cuter than the last one. And why wouldn't she, darling? I am her favorite after all. As a matter of fact, I'm everyone's favorite. I'm sure you'll agree soon enough. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. May the Night Mother forever hold you in her cold and loving embrace. Forward. Believe me, this is my shy and unimposing side. After all, we wouldn't want to give my beloved Simbar the wrong idea, would we? Find me later, and I'll show you what forward really looks like. Oh, you really are too easy, my darling. I'm just having fun with you. I suppose I get that from my family heritage. The Motiers are rich, powerful, and blessed with good looks, and a wicked sense of humor. Just play along and enjoy. Oh, there's nothing noble about my family. But I left that all behind. The wealth, the boredom, the servants waiting on me hand and foot. One day, I strangled my handmaid with a golden chain. And here I am. Life in the Brotherhood suits me. You shouldn't know anything, darling. We're a secret organization, after all. I suppose I can tell you that we serve the Night Mother. Her cold embrace binds us together. Never dishonor her. Our contracts aren't mere tasks. We carry out her will. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. These words, as part of a complex ritual, form the Black Sacrament, the means by which those in need pray to the Night Mother. Our mother hears the prayer and whispers to the listener. The listener sends a speaker to arrange the details and create the contract. Then the speaker selects an assassin to carry out our mother's will. It's more than just a job. It's a calling. This just got much too serious for my taste, darling. Let's talk about something, oh, I don't know, more decadent. Like how I'd be nibbling on your ear if Simbar wasn't here. He's watching, isn't he? Maybe a little nibble is in order, A few. The speaker sends new initiates to the sanctuary every so often. New blood, you understand. Before you, there was a charming young lad from Glenumbra. Van something, I believe. A shame, really. He was too scrumptious to die so soon. Mind your tongue, Initiate. We're the murderers, not the victims here. But I suppose the circumstances were somewhat unusual. Someone left Van pinned to the wall of the inn in Kvatch, held up with multiple daggers. When I find the villain... You don't hunt the hunters. The Brotherhood hunts you. Anything else is a crime against the natural order. But enough of this dark talk. We're just working ourselves into a tizzy. I'd much rather get excited about something more enticing.
Curious lot here, apparently. Who is Simbar, though? Dearest Mother, Dearest Mother, I remember your name. I'm surrounding myself with lying liars and I've become a liar myself, but in my lies I see the manifestation of your domain as clearly as the blood as we spill in the shadows of a secret warrior. So even though I wish to scream truth in their faces or whisper your name into the ear of the dying, tell myself that the secret is my faith, my joy, not a blasphemy. Yet just once I wish for you to speak to me. Why not me? I have listened for you always. I cloaked myself in the long before they called me Dark Sister. I was the chimera, ever shifting and changing and lying a thousand lies for you. To be seen by you, to hear you. They call themselves a listener, but no one listens for your whisper with more hope and desire than I do. I have walked in accordance with your arts, shrouded in 8 shadows. I have lived lies and ended lives. Not for the Dread Father, but for you. They call themselves speakers, but no one has spoken your words with as much conviction as I do. Do you see the shrine that I built? A shrine of my body. Every face is a lie. They envy both illicit and felt. The mastery of seduction. The embraced concealment of fear, the betrayal of family and truth. The murder of others, the murder of self, the insatiable want, the fear I feel and release and feel again at you, when all treasures are nothing but lies. Dearest mother, remember your name. I will speak the lie and love the lie, if you wish. Perhaps that is your lesson, the treasure is a lie. Okay. Actually, let's go check and see if the lizard had anything over here. Oh, apparently it did. Observations by Green Venom Tongue. The Blade of Woe. My happiest day since emerging from the egg was when the speaker ran me access to the superb weapon. Where does the Blade of Woe go when it's not in my hand? My brothers and sisters assume we share a single weapon. But how can such a thing be? It has never not appeared when I called for it. The mysteries of our dread father, I suppose. Nothing is more satisfying than performing a perfect kill of a perfect blade. Tadek followed me once when I went to complete a contract. He tried to call for the Blade of Woe at the exact moment I needed it. His attempt at a prank failed, but the twin kills we completed were most impressive. I asked the speaker once if we could sheathe the Blade of Woe in my own scabbard. She said the blade scabbard was sacred, and I wasn't fit to possess the thing. She knows me too well. Blade of Woe unstirs a soul severed by its sharpness in the void. And so does poison, my sword, a dire wolf's jaws, and a perfectly timed falling boulder. Even so, I prefer to wield the blade when I can. Hail Sithis. I noticed that Korra rarely calls for the Blade of Woe. He seems to prefer making his kills more challenging by actually engaging in prolonged battles with his targets. Does this make Korra a bad assassin? Probably not, but to each his own, I suppose. Oh, Simbar's here.
Isn't Mirabelle amazing? She's beautiful, excellent at what she does, and she isn't afraid to say exactly what's on her mind. Next to murdering insects for the Night Mother, she's my favorite thing in the whole world.
So the Stalker, okay. I guess Tannic's over this way.
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll, just call you New Blade. It's easier to remember and, well, it's not like I'm gonna know you for very long. Yes, New Blade. That's so much better. Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently. Mirabelle's in denial, but I know what's happening. Someone's hunting the Brotherhood, and you make a tempting target. Trying to pull off the spooky thing? Not bad, but your technique needs a little work. I'm sure you just need some more practice. Anyway, stay sharp out there, New Blade. We're not the only scary things lurking in the shadows anymore. Oh, it's a long and sordid tale, full of romance and daring do. Or if you prefer the short version, I was apprenticed to a smith in Sentinel. Loved the trade, hated my master. He liked to hammer more than just metal. When I had enough, I killed him. Oh no, that was just the beginning of my story. I was young and stupid back then. I ran, but apparently not far or fast enough. Got to spend some quality time in a Hammerfell dungeon for my actions. 8 years, if I recall correctly. Well, it wasn't sunshine and camel milk, but I survived. Met some people, learned some lessons. When one of the guards got sloppy, I was ready to act. Simple as that. Of course, my old life was over, but at least I was free. Hey, I had to make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the crime boss Bashira for a while. Then I had a visit one night. The speaker scared the piss out of me, but I couldn't refuse his generous offer. The Dark Brotherhood has been good to me. They taught me to focus my anger, to let the Dread Father work through me. I have a home, an income, and a set of rules to live by. Life makes sense to me here in the Sanctuary. Oh, New Blade, there are always rules. The trick is to learn what they are before you get your hand caught in the sweet roll box. For us, it's all about the 5 tenets. I'm sure there's a book about them somewhere in the sanctuary. Dorisa and Van. One was an experienced assassin who knew her business. The other was a raw recruit with hardly any blood on his blade. Kinda like you, New Blade. It could have been coincidence, but I think they were targeted by the same killer. Just a feeling, I guess. And the way they were left for all the world to see. Someone was proud of their work and wanted everyone to know it. And it had to be a professional. Dorisa was too good to be taken down by an amateur. Matron Astara tells us what to think, not the other way around. But yes, we've talked about this. All we can do is stay alert and try to figure out who's behind the murders. Until then, we're just jumping at shadows. Very dangerous shadows.
He seems to be the most reasonable one here so far. Reminds me, did I get anything, Oh yeah, okay, we're at level 2 at this point, so... It's probably gonna be the exact same thing as the Thieves Guild, to where we have to get that up before we'll get the later stuff, but, the combination of the Thieves Guild one and this will probably do pretty well with our any sort of stealth stuff we need to do. Yeah. Oh, they're not here. Where are they? My in-depth investigation of the clandestine organization known as only the Dark Brotherhood has been a long and difficult process. After years of research, countless interviews, and no small amount of luck, I have finally been able to put together a profile of the assassin cult's ruling body, the notorious Black Hand. While much of what follows has been augmented by theory and conjecture, the basis upon which I constructed the profile is undoubtedly factual and true. So a group of individuals is strong enough to command the assassins of the Dark Brotherhood, a group called the Black Hand. Like any hand, the group consists of 5 members, 4 fingers and a thumb, as it were. Members correspond to the fingers are called the speakers, while the members representing the thumb is called the listener. These are titles and ranks, and as ridiculous as they may sound to anyone not steeped in the lore of the cult, the assassins take these terms very seriously. Now, I need to explain an ever stranger concept. It'll sound unbelievable, and it may very well be, nothing but as legend used to keep lesser assassins in line. But everything I've been able to uncover, the cult held fast to this concept. Claim that a near-deific figure known as either the Shadow Matriarch, the Dark Woman, or the Night Mother leads the Dark Brotherhood. Apparently no one ever sees this Dark Woman. Instead, she whispers commands to the listener. He then selects one of the speakers to pass the commands along. And yes, most of these commands relate to murder. What does the listener hear? Details, as you can imagine, are sketchy, but as educated guess allows us to assume the Dark Woman provides either the name of the client or the target has been named for the kill. The listener passes this information on to one of the speakers, who normally personally selects an assassin to carry out the deed or provides the information for a minor functionary to assign their contract. As far as I can tell, the assassins don't all gather in one place. Instead, the cult divides its members into small, self-sufficient units known as either havens, sanctuaries, shelters, or assassin ports. Again, details on these topics are often fluid or even contradictory, but I have done my best to make sense of the stillness within the noise. Leader of these havens, which seem to establish specific geographical locations, are spread the assassins' reach far and wide. It's either called a dame or matron, although one source referred to her as a widow, but the other names are much more common in my research. The speaker can pass along orders to the subordinate and have her select the assassin best suited to carry out the deed. Finally, I was able to ascertain that each speaker commands a personal assassin for truly special missions, I can only assume. I'm not sure if these personal assassins are considered wrists or knuckles or some other body part, but I did learn that they possibly grant the title of Quieter, or maybe a Husher, or even Silencer. Something menacing and ridiculous like that. I suppose the best of the best master killers are up here. Whether they constitute as members of the Black Hand or not, I'll never be able to determine. Nor did I come across information concerning how they receive their orders. The Dark Brotherhood, the Black Hand, a little dramatic name is for a cult of killers, but they are killers all the same. Alrighty.
It's all right, little one. Just a new smell. Your new brother or sister must be here. Do you want to meet them? Come on now, Hilda. Don't be shy. Sorry, she can be skittish around strangers.
Alright.
New sister! Welcome! Welcome! You need anything at all, you come to me, yes? Of course. It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now. And family helps each other. It's what we do. Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really sweet. But you'll need to say hello later. She still doesn't have the hang of controlling her transformations. Hildegard is like the little sister I never had, but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even forced their children to participate. We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day, and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her and she ran away. I found her later. She was confused, alone, nearly mad. I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me. Accepted me as her big brother. Before that happened, though, she nearly tore my face off. See? I still have the scar. I always liked to hunt and fight. I became a soldier, but that turned out to be more about waiting around than actual battle. So I sold my sword as a mercenary, made some enemies, and soon found out that other sellswords were being paid to kill me. Indeed I did. Kept a low profile in town, spent most of my time in the wilderness. I almost decided to stop running, and then I found little Hilda. She became my reason to go on living. Well, you know, there are some things we just don't talk about in public. I hope you understand. I will tell you that we love it here. We're part of the best family in the whole world. And we're glad to have you with us. I'm sure Hilda agrees.
Well, these two are something special. This looks like it's a folktale or something all those times. Story by Hildegard, so this is actually made by the werewolf over there. One day, while hunting for rabbits on the slopes of Mount Troheda, the silver werewolf flicked her ears at the sound of a mournful sobbing on the wind. Never one to ignore suffering, the silver werewolf threw her line of rabbits across her shoulder and slumbered toward the sound. Eventually, she found a massive bearded giant all alone at a snuffed-out campfire, rolling sadness at the sky. "Why do you cry?" the silver wolf snarled, and the giant understood thanks to the medallion of Kulipik the Quick Fox that she wore around her neck. "My mate gone, my child gone, vanished as I slept. There are many tiny tracks. I fear goblins have taken them." It's not wrong. The silver werewolf's keen nose detected the stench of at least a dozen goblins, as well as the lingering scent of pear-like poison. The giant's family was not dead, but they soon would be, slaughtered to feed the hungry goblin tribe. No one deserved that cruel fate. The silver wolf straightened and growled deep a promise. "The goblins will not keep them. Bring them home, you may ask anything of me. I'll ask you to smile," was her only reply. Nose to the ground, the silver werewolf tracked the goblin stench down to Mount Trollhea. Down Mount Trollhea, across the smoke frost peaks to a massive goblin encampment on the fringes of Lost Prospect. Held far more goblins than she ever seen in one place, which is why they had been brave enough to kidnap giants for food. The small tribe had never dared anger the vengeful giants. Even for the silver werewolf, who could tear apart a dozen goblins without muffing a fur, a camp of hundreds was too dangerous. She would have to be clever. Something a nearby corpse, idea dawned on her. She shifted into her Nord form and cloaked herself in the dead woman's rags. Thus clothed and looking entirely harmless, she wandered into the goblin's camp like a helpless sword lost in the snow. The goblins came for her at once, but all they saw was an unnamed Nord dressed in rags. Fine prize, rather than attacking, they eagerly trussed up the silver werewolf and took her to the food pens. And they kept all those caught until it came time to cook them for supper. Once there, they threw the silver werewolf into a makeshift wooden cage and left her to freeze to death in the cold. As she hoped, the overconfident goblins had played right into her hands, even muffled by her Nord form. The silver werewolf's nose detected the smell of giants nearby. All she had to do was wait until dark and make her escape with the giant's family and any others who wished freedom. Dark fell and the goblins grew sleepy, leaving only their trained Duzrogs to prowl the edges of the food paddocks. It was a bad night for hunting and a good night for sneaking, as crowds crept in to scare the moon. The silver werewolf shifted forms in the dark and quietly snapped the bars of her wooden cage. While those bars would cage a Nord, they were no match for her bestial strength. Silent as a shadow, the silver werewolf prowled the food paddocks until her keen nose detected one of the giants inside. Just as quietly as she opened it, crept inside and slashed the bonds holding the giant's sister and her little one. "Your loved one waits for where you left him," she whispered in a low growl. "Thank you, Moonkiss. We'll see him again or die trying." On her way out, the Silver Wolf spotted another padlock filled with Nords, moaning with piteous cries. Despite her distaste for these wolf killers, animals who killed for sport and not for food, she knew they could be useful in their own way. Run now, she snarled to the giantess as she tore into the Nord padlock, sighing and drooling as she menaced them with her claws. Screaming Nords burst from their cage in all directions, luring Durslug and Goblin alike. In the commotion, the Silver Wolf found the giantess and led her toward the camp's edge. Goblins challenged them, but they were cut down by the Silver Wolf's claws and teeth, or smashed by the dozens at the hands of the vengeful giantess. Soon only Duzrox pursued them, but one deafening howl from the Silver Wolf sent them a cowed dog skittering back to their masters. A number of Nords had escaped as well, the Silver Wolf saw, and she had no doubt they would return in force to smash the goblins soon. That's what the Nords did, and this time only the Silver Wolf wished them luck. Under cover of darkness, the Silver Wolf led the giantess back up the Mount Trolliha, and there, at the campfire, the family reunited. The lonely Johnny clutched his child and mate as he babbled his thanks in a guttural tongue. How can I repay you? Thinking of her own pup, she repeated, I'll ask you to smile so I can see how you treasure them above all else. And he did. Nice. I kind of wonder if that may be like telling of a story that she actually went through. Or something along those lines. Yeah, at this point, we only have to go talk to one more person, it looks like, so let's go ahead and find them wherever they are. Which I'm assuming is this way, I think, right? Yeah, I think it's off this pathway this way.
You must be the new initiate. I've heard some unbelievable things about you. Still, you can't be too good. Your name hasn't appeared on one of my contracts yet. What? Oh, that's a Dark Brotherhood joke. Don't you have a sense of humor? Did she now? Are you sure that's what she told you to do? Wouldn't want you to get in trouble your first day in the Sanctuary. Now that you're here, we might as well discuss your training. Don't repeat what I say. It annoys me. Now, where was I? Oh yes, your training. Complete a contract, receive a reward. Prove yourself, and more significant contracts will be made available to you. It's simple, really. I don't expect you to last a week, but as long as you're still here. Ready for your first contract, Initiate? Not everyone appeals to the Dark Brotherhood through the Black Sacrament. For those with copious amounts of gold to spare, we usually indulge their more mundane requests. Are you ready to take on your first contract? Typically, you'll consult the ledger marked for death, but I've handpicked something special for your first job. Travel to the city of Kvatch, identify the target listed on this contract, then eliminate them. I encourage you to practice with the Blade of Woe, but as long as the target dies, it doesn't really matter how you kill them. Can you manage that? What are you standing around for? I'm not much to look at, and neither is this room. Anyone can find a reason to kill someone. Ambition, jealousy, humiliation. I once killed for a jester who couldn't take a joke. Careful who you heckle in Stormhaven. Me? I'm flattered. No, that's not the right word. Uncomfortable? Yes, that's it. Well, whatever do you want to know about me for? Not the brooding type? Good. They're a bore. I've been with Astara at this sanctuary since its inception. More years than I care to remember. In that time, I've done enough contract killing to know how to drum up business. It's my charm.
Alright. Yeah, I guess we have to go to Kvatch next. But since most of our time was spent here, it's been almost an hour already, and we mostly spent time talking in here and reading books, so I think we'll go ahead and save this for the next video for heading to Kvatch. Which I'm assuming Kvatch is probably in the northeast. Yeah, it is, basically, yeah. Oh, that spent so much time here that, our bounty finally went all the way down. That's neat. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this way shrine over here, since I just saw it now. Guess it makes sense they put one near the door here to it. Oh, there's a 12 over here we can grab. That's a second 12 too, so May as well go ahead and chart that one off. Then we'll know where both dwarves are. Okay. So that's nice. Doesn't look like there's anything else in the area. The world bosses must be like way off eastern or something, because I didn't see any on the west coast. Yeah, that'll be good enough, I think, for today. Oh, we actually have some merchants here now that I see.
I see our family has grown. Good, good. But mind what you say. Our connection to the family is a closely guarded secret, and I prefer to keep it that way.
Okay.
Ah, another customer.
Don't really need anything here, so... Actually, do I have anything I can sell, though?
Welcome to my...
Let's see. That one, I guess. Okay. Probably makes sense if I put that pants that I think on. Or what was it? The feet, actually, is what I was thinking of. So that way I have, like, the entire set there. Okay. That should be good enough for now, I guess. So, I'll see you guys next time.